Well, Beatles fans know it well. The band's film Yellow Submarine, released in 1968, when our next guest, he was quite young.
Yes, yet he was tapped to be part of it and direct the band's Saturday morning cartoon series. You might have watched it. Well, he brings his work to Omaha starting tomorrow.
Animator Ron Campbell. Good to see you, Ron.
It's nice to meet you.
Thanks for stopping by.
I know.
You're living in Arizona now, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, in the desert where it's nice and warm and toasty.
And you're flying out Sunday night before the storm hits here, so that's a good move.
I hope it's before the storm.
Yeah.
Sitting in an airplane being de-iced is not the most pleasant thing to do.
It's not, no. Hey, let's talk about your relationship with the Beatles. It began a while ago, but how did that all get started?
Well, I guess it started when I received a telephone call in the middle of the night from New York. I was in Sydney. And I was told, Ron, we're going to be doing a new TV show starting in a couple of months. We'd like you to direct the show. I said, gee, that's great, Al. What's the show? And he said, it's the Beatles. And the Beatles, insects don't make very good characters for children's television, Al. What's going on? I don't really remember what he said to me, but I'm sure it was something along the lines of, hey, stupid, this is the Beatles rock and roll band. You know, but,
how did they know about your work, and what was it about your style they liked?
Yeah, I'd already done a number of TV shows for them and successfully delivered them. One of the most important considerations when making films for television.
And so, but the show was, it ended up being pretty popular, right?
Pretty popular is an
understatement.
It was like a 67 share.
There was some
interest
amazing in this thing.
Yeah.
Right, a 67 share, and nobody can touch that nowadays.
But what was interesting,
that's incredible.
Ron, it became art. It was like the first example in my mind where cartoons were art, where people didn't just see it as something for kids.
Well,
you know, there was real value.
You might be thinking of the Yellow Submarine, which they might be showing there, and that was very psychedelic. And if you want to step back into the 60s, just watch the Yellow Submarine, and you'll be there. You know, it's very 60s and artistic too.
Right. Has your animation changed over the years from that?
Yeah, you're
no. Animation demands what it demands in any given show, and every show is different. And the Yellow Submarine had its own peculiar demands.
What's your, looking back on it, your most favorite thing to create, and why?
Well, there you have to sort of compare Smurfette to Angelica, for example, in the Rugrats, and I can't do it. You know, how do you compare Astro from Scooby Doo? I can't really compare one to the other. They're all wonderful. I love them all.
Did you work with the guys? I mean, did they?
No, actually, the Beatles gave us the music, which was the most important part of all, of course, and they went off doing their thing. They were writing songs, and they were going off to India while we were doing the Yellow Submarine.
Look at all of these characters. I mean, as you were saying, Scooby Doo, of course, that show. I think I saw the Animaniacs. On there was one of those. Look at all these characters. They're the Rugrats.
Garbage Pail Kids.
Holy cow!
There's Rugrats, Duckman, Elizabeth Taylor's favorite cartoon, Smurfs.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and Ed, and Eddie, the last show I ever worked on before I retired.
Before you retired.
And Cool McCool. Cool McCool is an interesting character. He was created by Bob Kane, who, when he was a younger man, created Batman.
Wow, that's amazing to me. So what are you doing now that you're retired? How do you spend your time?
I paint. And if I'm going to paint, what am I going to paint? Cactuses in the back garden or characters that I worked on my whole life? So I decided to do characters, and here I am visiting Omaha, selling my paintings, holding court with people coming by, having fun.
There. Who was your favorite character?
No, that's just.
I know. I'm trying to get it again. I'm trying to ask him again to see if I can trick him.
See if he forgot the first time that he said.
I really can't tell you who my favorite character was. I tried to avoid shows I didn't like very much, though.
You could pick. Like once you get to that level, you can choose.
Well,
which projects to take
it depends on how desperate you get, though. You know, for a job, you know, or something to work on.
You're going to be doing some live painting, right? Would you explain?
Yes, I am. Yes.
What's happening with that?
Well, I sit at a table, I paint, people come up, say hello, and then before long we're great friends.
So which pieces are on display? and will be here in Omaha?
Well, there are pieces based on all of the shows that I've been working on. Primarily Beatles. People seem to like the Beatle things, but if you like the Smurfs, you like the Smurfs, and you only want a Smurf. So I've got a couple of Smurf things.
And most of those pieces are for sale, right? If somebody really wants them.
Everything is for sale. Not everything, but
most things.
All the artwork is for sale.
Well, some gallery shows, you just go and look, and that's the extent of it.
Well,
you can't take anything home.
Yeah, you can just go and look also, and if you bring a little tyke along with you, I just might do a drawing of Scooby Doo for them.
Nice. That'd be awesome. When it comes to animation, though, how did that work together? Because you have the sound effects, you have the voices, you have the animation.
Right.
How did that all come together? What comes first? Is the animation the first thing that comes?
No, the script writing is the first thing that comes.
So they write the script
then
first.
I imagine to simplify the processes down. It's like trying to explain how you build an aeroplane. It's a complicated thing,
Right,
you know?
it is.
But you write the script, you record the voices, you break the voices down into 24th parts of a second. You, I'm trying to be simple here, and then you animate 24 parts of a second.
Okay.
Yeah. The film goes by at 24 frames a second. You know,
And standard video is like 30 frames a second. But so
yeah, but
let's debate
hold on.
this topic.
We're glazing
here.
over.
No, I
We're
know.
glazing over. We want you to know about this event because there are so many people who read about it in the paper, and we're excited to know that we were going to have you on this morning. All the Beatles fans and others really looking forward to meeting him. So if you would like to, 18th and Vinton there at Gallery 72 tomorrow through Sunday, and that's it, unless he gets snowed in. I don't know that they're going to be adding any dates, so let's just keep it Friday through Sunday, and then online learn more about the show. It's rockartshow.com. Ron, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you.